There are places that do not belong to reality, where ice and snow are not merely cold, but glow in the darkness as if the earth itself is breathing beneath the frozen crust. Mountains rise through thick black clouds, their peaks suspended in the sky like gateways to another dimension. Every step is a confrontation with your limits, every gust of wind a warning that you have ventured far beyond the boundaries of human comfort. This is not a journey for leisure. This is a passage beyond the edge of fear, beyond the laws of nature, into a world where reality bends under the weight of human audacity. And when we finally reach the very end of this journey, you may discover a truth that not everyone is brave enough to face. Rainy is a picturesque fishing village in the Lofoten archipelago of northern Norway. It lies along Raina Fjord, surrounded by sharp granite peaks that rise dramatically from the Arctic waters. Traditional red and yellow Råbua cabins line the shoreline, reflecting vividly in the calm sea. The hike to Reinebringen offers one of Norway's most breathtaking panoramic viewpoints. In winter, snow-covered mountains and the possibility of northern lights create a surreal, almost otherworldly atmosphere. Rain blends rugged Nordic wilderness with quiet coastal life, embodying the spirit of the far north. Grindelwald is a mountain village in the Bernese Oberland region of Switzerland. It lies beneath the dramatic north face of the Eiger, one of the most iconic peaks in the Alps. The village is a gateway to hiking, skiing, and alpine adventures throughout the Jungfrau region. In summer, green meadows and wildflowers contrast with snow-capped summits above. In winter, the landscape transforms into a pristine, snowy wonderland ideal for winter sports. Grindelwald blends Swiss alpine charm with breathtaking natural scenery, offering year-round mountain beauty. Ouray is a small mountain town in southwestern Colorado, often called the Switzerland of America. It sits in a dramatic box canyon, surrounded by the rugged San Juan Mountains. Historic Victorian buildings line Main Street, reflecting the town's 19th-century mining heritage. In winter, the Ouray Ice Park attracts climbers from around the world to scale frozen waterfalls. Ouray is famous for its natural hot springs, offering relaxation beneath alpine peaks. The blend of mountain adventure and small-town charm makes Ouray a year-round destination. Oia is a cliffside village on the island of Santorini in the Aegean Sea. It is famous for its whitewashed houses cascading down volcanic cliffs above the caldera. Blue-domed churches and narrow marble pathways create one of Greece's most iconic landscapes. Oia is especially renowned for its sunsets, when the sky turns shades of gold, pink, and violet over the sea. Boutiques, art galleries, and seaside tavernas add to its romantic Mediterranean charm. The contrast between bright architecture and deep blue waters defines the timeless beauty of Oia. Rote Island is the southernmost inhabited island of Indonesia, located in East Nusa Tenggara near the Timor Sea. Its coastline stretches with untouched white sand beaches, limestone cliffs, and turquoise waters shaped by steady ocean winds. Nembrala Beach is internationally known among surfers for its long, powerful left-hand waves during the dry season from May to October. Beyond the surf, Rote preserves a quiet rural rhythm where seaweed farming, fishing boats, and palm-fringed villages define daily life. The island is also the birthplace of the traditional sasando, a unique string instrument crafted from bamboo and palm leaves, producing soft, harp-like melodies. At sunset, the horizon glows in deep orange as wind moves gently through lontar palms, creating a sense of isolation and raw tropical beauty rarely found in crowded destinations. Duong Lam Ancient Village is located in Son Tay, about 45 kilometers west of Hanoi, and is considered one of the oldest surviving villages in northern Vietnam. Recognized as a National Cultural Heritage Site, the village preserves traditional architecture dating back over 400 years. Many houses are built from laterite blocks, a reddish, porous stone formed from tropical soil, giving the village its distinctive warm tone. Narrow brick lanes, ancient banyan trees, communal houses, and village wells reflect the structure of a traditional Red River Delta settlement. Mia Pagoda within the village houses dozens of historic Buddhist statues, some carved in the 17th century. Walking through Duong Lam feels like stepping back into Vietnam's rural past, where ancestral worship, courtyard gatherings, and seasonal rituals still shape daily life. Batanes is the northernmost province of the Philippines, located between Luzon and Taiwan in the Luzon Strait. Composed of 10 small islands, only 3 are inhabited: Batan, Sabtang, and Itbayat. The province is famous for its rolling green hills, dramatic sea cliffs, and powerful winds that shape the landscape year-round. Ivatan stone houses, built with thick limestone walls and kogan grass roofs, are designed to withstand frequent typhoons. Basco Lighthouse stands on Naidi Hills, offering panoramic views of the Pacific Ocean and the West Philippine Sea. Remote and sparsely populated, Batanes feels timeless, a place where nature, resilience, and cultural heritage coexist in quiet harmony. Premošten is a small coastal town in Dalmatia, Croatia, set on a rocky peninsula along the Adriatic Sea. Originally an island connected to the mainland by a drawbridge, it later became permanently linked by a causeway. The old town rises in a tight cluster of stone houses, crowned by the Church of St. George at the highest point. Surrounding the town are terraced vineyards known as Bukovac, recognized for their unique stone-laced landscape, visible even from the air. Crystal-clear waters and sheltered coves make Primošten a favorite for swimming and sailing along the Adriatic coast. At sunset, the peninsula glows in warm golden light, highlighting its medieval charm against the deep blue sea. Gandria is a small lakeside village in the Italian-speaking canton of Ticino, Switzerland. It clings to the slopes above Lake Lugano, with pastel houses cascading toward the water. Narrow stone alleys weave between tightly clustered buildings, preserving its medieval character. Once a smuggling route between Switzerland and Italy, Gandria holds a quiet yet intriguing history. Today, it offers scenic walking paths along the lake and peaceful views framed by mountains. Gandria reflects a unique blend of Swiss precision and Mediterranean warmth. Henningsvær is a picturesque fishing village in the Lofoten archipelago of northern Norway. Spread across small islands connected by bridges, it appears to float on the Arctic Sea. Colorful wooden cabins and fishing racks line the harbor, reflecting centuries of cod drying tradition. The village is famous for its dramatic football field, perched on a rocky islet surrounded by open water. In winter, snow-covered peaks frame the harbor, while summer brings long golden evenings under the midnight sun. Henningsvær blends rugged Nordic scenery with a creative spirit, known for its galleries and coastal charm. Samosir Island rests at the heart of Lake Toba, the largest volcanic lake in the world, formed by a super eruption about 74,000 years ago. Covering roughly 630 square kilometers, the island itself is nearly the size of Singapore and rises about 1,000 meters above sea level. Encircled by steep caldera walls, it stands as one of the most remarkable geological landscapes in Southeast Asia. Traditional Batak houses with dramatic saddle-shaped roofs line quiet villages, preserving centuries-old architecture and ritual heritage. In the afternoon, cool mountain air glides across the deep blue water, carrying the faint scent of fresh water and echoing with distant church bells. As sunset turns the vast lake into molten gold, Samosir feels like a tranquil world suspended within Earth's largest volcanic crater. Lauterbrunnen is a dramatic alpine valley in the Bernese Oberland region of Switzerland, surrounded by near-vertical rock walls and snow-capped peaks. The valley is famous for its 72 waterfalls, including the iconic Staubach Falls, which plunge nearly 300 meters from a hanging cliff. Traditional Swiss chalets dot the valley floor, framed by cow pastures and winding mountain trails. Nearby access to the Jungfrau region makes Lauterbrunnen a gateway to high-altitude adventures and panoramic train journeys. In summer, waterfalls shimmer in sunlight. In winter, snow transforms the landscape into a quiet alpine sanctuary. Litia Forest is one of the oldest natural reserves in Romania, located in the northern part of the Danube Delta near the Black Sea. Established as a protected area in 1938, it is part of the UNESCO-listed Danube Delta Biosphere Reserve. The forest grows on ancient sand dunes, creating a rare mix of subtropical vegetation, oak trees wrapped in wild vines, and open sandy clearings. It is known for its population of semi-wild horses that roam freely across the dunes and forest edges. The ecosystem combines wetlands, steppe-like landscapes, and woodland, in a uniquely layered environment shaped by river and sea influences. Letia Forest offers an unexpected contrast, a place where desert-like sands meet lush greenery and untamed wildlife in quiet isolation. Harau Valley lies in West Sumatra, surrounded by towering granite cliffs that rise nearly 150 meters above lush green fields. Often called the Yosemite of Indonesia, it stretches across a wide basin framed by sheer rock walls formed over millions of years. Several waterfalls cascade down the vertical cliffs, including Sarasa Bunta and Sarasa Aye Anggek, creating silver ribbons against the dark stone. The valley floor is dotted with rice paddies, coconut palms, and small Minangkabau villages that preserve traditional wooden houses with curved horn-shaped roofs. In the early morning, mist drifts between the cliffs, while birds echo through the canyon-like landscape, and cool mountain air carries the scent of wet earth. Perast is a small Baroque town on the Bay of Kotor in southwestern Montenegro. Once a powerful maritime center during the Venetian Republic era, it flourished between the 17th and 18th centuries. Elegant stone palaces and churches line the waterfront, reflecting centuries of Adriatic trade and seafaring heritage. Just offshore lies the artificial island of Our Lady of the Rocks, built over centuries by sinking ships and laying stones. Behind the town, steep limestone mountains rise sharply from the bay, creating a dramatic fjord-like landscape. Perast offers a quiet, timeless atmosphere where history, sea, and stone architecture merge in serene harmony. Mandrakia is a small traditional fishing village on the northern coast of Milos Island in the Aegean Sea. The village is known for its whitewashed boathouses carved directly into volcanic rock along the shoreline. These semata feature brightly painted wooden doors that once sheltered fishermen's boats from wind and waves. Crystal-clear turquoise waters surround the narrow harbor, contrasting beautifully with the stark white walls and pastel accents. Unlike busier Cycladic destinations, Mandrakia maintains a quiet rhythm shaped by the sea and local tradition. At sunset, the soft Mediterranean light reflects off the stone and water, creating a serene and intimate coastal atmosphere. Gandria is a small lakeside village in the Italian-speaking canton of Ticino, Switzerland. It clings to the slopes above Lake Lugano, with pastel houses cascading toward the water. Narrow stone alleys weave between tightly clustered buildings, preserving its medieval character. Once a smuggling route between Switzerland and Italy, Gandria holds a quiet yet intriguing history. Today, it offers scenic walking paths along the lake and peaceful views framed by mountains. Gandria reflects a unique blend of Swiss precision and Mediterranean warmth. Santa Maddalena is a small alpine village in Val di Funes, in the Dolomites of northern Italy. It is best known for the charming church of Santa Maddalena, set against the dramatic peaks of the Odel, Giesler group. Green meadows roll gently beneath jagged limestone mountains that glow pink at sunset. The village reflects traditional Tyrolean architecture with wooden chalets and flower-filled balconies. In every season, the landscape feels cinematic, lush in summer, golden in autumn, and snow-covered in winter. Santa Maddalena embodies the serene beauty of the Italian Alps, where nature and simplicity coexist in harmony.
Seiram Lake. Known as a turquoise jewel, Seiram Lake offers rare serenity and timeless beauty. The lake lies in Xinjiang, surrounded by vast grasslands and the Tian Shan Mountains. Deep blue waters mirror drifting clouds, creating a calm and reflective atmosphere. Seiram Lake is among the highest alpine lakes, formed by ancient glacial melt. Historically, this area served as an important stop along the Silk Road. In summer, wildflowers bloom across nearby meadows, bringing softness and gentle emotion. In winter, the frozen surface transforms the landscape into a majestic, silent world. Seiram Lake stands as a natural symbol of Xinjiang, inspiring peace and nostalgia. Mount Huangshan, Yellow Mountain. Where peaks meet clouds, Huangshan etches timeless beauty into humanity's shared memory. The mountain rises in Anhui province, eastern China, anchoring a legendary landscape. Sheer granite spires and ancient pines form silhouettes found nowhere else globally. Rolling seas of clouds turn every sunrise into a dreamlike spectacle here. Huangshan has inspired poetry, painting, and East Asian aesthetics for centuries worldwide. UNESCO recognizes the site as World Heritage for outstanding natural value globally. Stone stairways and bridges guide travelers safely through mist and wind paths. Shifting seasons repaint the scenery, keeping emotions fresh and contemplative year-round there. Huangshan stands as China's tourism icon, uniting nature, art, and spirituality harmoniously. Elephant Trunk Hill, Juilin. This natural icon sits beside the Li River at the heart of Juilin city. The limestone hill resembles an elephant drinking water, vivid, gentle, and instantly recognizable. Thousands of years of erosion sculpted its graceful form between mountains, sky, and flowing water. At sunrise, reflections ripple softly, inviting calm moments of contemplation along the riverbank. Elephant Trunk Hill stands as a cultural emblem, celebrated through poetry, painting, and folklore. It represents Juilin's identity, linking landscape, history, and everyday life across generations. Travelers pause here to feel time slow, guided by water, stone, and silence. Between river and rock, harmony emerges, offering a peaceful sense of belonging. Elephant Trunk Hill endures as a timeless reminder of nature's quiet strength. Guanyin of Nanshan. A symbol of compassion rising from sea and sky, offering profound inner peace. The statue stands in Nanshan, Hainan Island, facing the vast South China Sea. At 108 meters tall, it is among the world's tallest Guanyin statues. Its three faces gaze in different directions, representing wisdom, mercy, and protection. The monument blends Buddhist architecture seamlessly with ocean and coastal landscapes. This sacred site attracts pilgrims and visitors from across Asia. Guanyin of Nanshan reflects enduring faith in compassion and spiritual guardianship. Surrounded by endless waves, the statue inspires calmness and timeless serenity. It highlights Hainan's spiritual importance within Chinese cultural and religious heritage. Larunga Buddhist Academy. Where wisdom and compassion meet, rising quietly across the vast Tibetan plateau. Larunga is located in Sirte County, Sichuan, China, at elevations above 4,000 meters. Thousands of crimson monastic dwellings blanket the hillsides, forming an awe-inspiring spiritual landscape. It stands as the world's largest Buddhist learning center, educating monks and nuns globally. Life here feels slow and contemplative, with mountain winds carrying chants through narrow paths. Larunga preserves Tibetan Buddhist philosophy, practice, and scholarship for future generations. Despite challenges and change, the Academy endures as a symbol of faith and resilience. Pilgrims and scholars worldwide gather here, strengthening spiritual dialogue across cultures globally. Amid vast skies, Larunga invites humanity to pause, reflect, and rediscover inner peace. Stavoren. Where water meets memory, this small city once opened doors to the world. Stavoren lies along the IJsselmeer shore within Friesland province, northern Netherlands. It is among the country's oldest cities, once a powerful medieval trading port. The famous Lady of Stavoren legend warns generations about pride and loss. Quiet streets echo remnants of former prosperity carried away by shifting waters. A modest lighthouse stands watch, guiding ships through centuries of change. Stavoren marks the historic endpoint of Friesland's northern railway line. The city evokes nostalgia, balancing greatness and decline within its story. Today, Stavoren preserves cultural value, gently linking history with slow, modern life. Wisp. Once a small town serving as a modest gateway by water, this place carries a quiet rhythm shaped by its riverside past. Wisp developed along the Fecht River and canals, forming a network closely tied to daily life and trade. Old streets, former warehouses and small bridges reflect a period of steady but understated commerce. The town lies close enough to Amsterdam to remain connected, yet far enough to preserve its calm atmosphere. Wisp does not seek attention, but retains the feel of a classic Dutch town where life moves at a measured pace. It highlights the importance of smaller towns in maintaining a balanced regional landscape. Macum is one of Friesland's oldest settlements. Known for its maritime tradition and centuries-old pottery craft. A small harbour, waterside houses, and a slow rhythm of life create a setting that feels both practical and intimate. Before the Zuiderzee was enclosed, it served as an important point of inland maritime trade. As the sea retreated, Macum adapted, preserving its waterside identity within a new landscape. The town reflects the Dutch ability to adjust thoughtfully to major natural and planning transformations. Zierikzee. Some small towns quietly preserve the soul of centuries of history. Located in Zeeland province, it rests calmly beside the North Sea. Cobblestone streets gently guide viewers back into the medieval era. The old harbour once served as a vital trading centre of the Netherlands. Churches, gates, and watchtowers remain as silent witnesses of time. Zierikzee reflects the enduring spirit of people living with the sea. Its atmosphere evokes nostalgia, tranquility, and quiet reflection. The town played an important role in Zeeland's maritime heritage. Every step feels like the past breathing softly through sea winds. Amsterdam. This city carries a spirit of freedom where water and people coexist harmoniously. Amsterdam lies in the Netherlands, distinguished by its winding, historic canal system. Narrow, leaning houses quietly narrate centuries of trade and maritime prosperity. The canal network is recognized by UNESCO as a World Cultural Heritage Site. Bicycles dominate daily life, shaping a rhythm that feels calm, balanced, and sustainable. Amsterdam stands as a European center of creativity, art, and open-minded thinking. The city played a vital role in maritime history, global finance, and intellectual freedom. Each afternoon, sunlight reflects on water, creating a deep sense of peace. Amsterdam is not just a destination, but a slow, inspiring way of living.
Songdo Central Park. At the heart of a city built from scratch, this green space emerges as a rare moment of calm amid glass, steel, and technology. The park is located in Songdo, Incheon, South Korea's coastal international smart city on the west coast. Its most distinctive feature is a seawater canal system, allowing kayaks and water taxis to move through the city itself. Surrounded by high-rise towers, convention centers, and residential blocks, it creates a clear dialogue between nature and engineered urban life. Every element here is designed with intention, from walkable paths to water surfaces that regulate climate and pace. This place quietly raises a larger question for future cities. Progress is not only about speed, but about depth of living. Island of the Dolls. Island of the Dolls lies deep within the canals of Xochimilco, just south of Mexico City, hidden among narrow waterways and floating gardens. The island became infamous in the mid-20th century when its lone caretaker hung hundreds of dolls to honor the spirit of a drowned girl he believed haunted the area. Today, more than 1,000 weathered dolls hang from trees and wooden structures, their cracked faces and empty eyes shaped by decades of sun and humidity. Island of the Dolls stands as one of the most haunting cultural landmarks, where folklore, fear, and memory merge inside a silent labyrinth of water. Rupkund Lake rests high in the Indian Himalayas at an altitude of about 5,020 meters, hidden beneath snow for most of the year. This small glacial lake is widely known as one of the most mysterious lakes in the world due to hundreds of human skeletons scattered around its frozen shoreline. Scientific studies suggest the remains date back more than 1,000 years, likely linked to a sudden fatal event caused by extreme weather. Rupkund Lake stands as one of the most haunting high-altitude landscapes, where nature preserves human history in its rawest and coldest form. Winding through the tropical mountains of far north Queensland, the Kuranda Scenic Railway is regarded as one of the most picturesque heritage railways in Australia. Opened in 1891, the line climbs from Cairns to Kuranda across 37 bridges and 15 hand-carved tunnels, overcoming steep rainforest terrain with remarkable precision. The journey rises to about 328 meters above sea level, revealing sheer cliffs, dense jungle, and sudden openings over the barren gorge. Near Barren Falls, water can plunge more than 250 meters during the wet season, filling the air with mist and a deep roaring echo. Inside the carriages, timber interiors creak softly, while cool, damp forest air drifts through open windows. The Kuranda Scenic Railway is not just transport, but a slow-moving passage through living rainforest, engineering history, and sound. Located within the Waiotapu Thermal Wonderland, Champagne Pool is regarded as one of the most iconic geothermal pools in New Zealand, formed by a hydrothermal eruption around 900 years ago. The pool measures roughly 65 meters in diameter and reaches depths of about 62 meters, with water temperatures consistently near 74 degrees Celsius. Its name comes from the constant release of carbon dioxide bubbles, rising like champagne and filling the air with a sharp mineral scent. Dissolved minerals such as arsenic, antimony, and silica stain the rim in vivid orange and gold, creating one of the most striking natural color contrasts in the country. Steam drifts across the surface, carrying warmth and a faint hiss that makes the ground feel alive. Champagne Pool is not just visually dramatic, but a rare window into Earth's active geothermal chemistry. Known as the Devil's Nose, Nares del Diablo is one of the steepest and most dramatic railway sections in the world, carved into near-vertical cliffs of the Ecuadorian Andes. Located near Alausi, the railway descends almost 500 meters in elevation over a short distance using a daring zigzag system, where trains reverse direction multiple times to overcome gravity. Built between 1899 and 1908, this route demanded immense human effort, costing thousands of workers their lives during construction. From the tracks, sheer rock walls drop away abruptly, while cold mountain air carries echoes through the narrow gorge. The sensation is visceral. Metal wheels grind, wind rushes past, and the valley opens suddenly beneath you. Naris del Diablo is not just an engineering feat, but a raw confrontation between human ambition and unforgiving terrain.